The air was heavy, thick with despair. The echo of muffled groans and soft cries reverberated through the prison. Tom shivered, not from the cold but from the fear gnawing at his insides. How did he end up here? The answer was a bitter mix of bad choices and broken trust. Tom had always been an adventurer. He craved excitement, a rush that pushed him to the edge. This desire led him down a dark path, the path of addiction. He needed money, and fast. That's when his friend Steve offered him an opportunity, a sure thing that would solve all his problems. The plan was simple: smuggle a package across the Chilean border. What was in the package? Steve never said. Blinded by desperation, Tom agreed. The arrest was swift and brutal. Tom was caught but Steve vanished, disappeared into thin air. The betrayal cut deep, leaving Tom alone and facing a terrifying reality: a Chilean nuclear prison. The prison was a concrete monster, a grim testament to man's capacity for cruelty. The guards, with their cold, merciless eyes, treated the prisoners like animals. The smell of sweat and fear hung in the air, and something else, something sinister that Tom couldn't quite place. He later learned that the prison was built near an abandoned nuclear testing site. The prisoners whispered of strange illnesses and mutated creatures fueling their paranoia. Tom quickly learned that survival in this hell depended on forming alliances. He found an unlikely companion in Tasco, a veteran prisoner with a sharp mind and a troubled past. Tasco had heard Tom's story and saw a glimmer of hope in the young American's eyes. He knew Tom wasn't meant to be in this place. They shared stories, cigarettes, and a desperate yearning for freedom. Tasco, with his long experience exploring the prison's hidden corners, devised an escape plan. It was daring, dangerous, and their only chance at freedom. The plan hinged on the prison's ventilation system, a maze of tunnels that offered a perilous route to the outside world. For weeks they meticulously studied the guards' routines, noting every shift change, every patrol route. The night of the escape arrived, cloaked in a blanket of eerie silence. Their hearts pounded in their chests, like frantic drums against the suffocating stillness. Following Tasco's lead, they slipped into the ventilation system, their bodies slick with sweat and fear. The air was thick with dust, and the metallic scent of rust. The escape was harrowing, a blur of narrow tunnels and near misses. They emerged into the cold desert night, gasping for air, their lungs burning. Before them stretched the vast expanse of the Atacama Desert, a seemingly endless expanse of sand and stars. They were free, but their ordeal was far from over. Days bled into nights as they traversed the harsh terrain. The scorching sun beat down relentlessly, draining their bodies of every drop of moisture. Hunger gnawed at their bellies, a constant painful reminder of their dwindling resources. One morning Tom awoke to find Tasco gone. Panic seized him. He searched frantically, calling Tasco's name until his voice was hoarse. Then he saw it, a plume of smoke rising in the distance. As Tom approached the smoke, a wave of nausea washed over him. The smell of burning flesh hit him with the force of a physical blow. There, in a makeshift fire pit, lay the charred remains of a human body. It was Tasco. Two figures, their faces obscured by the shadows of their wide-brimmed hats, sat hunched over the fire, their eyes glinting in the firelight. A primal, instinctive fear gripped Tom. He had heard whispers, rumors of cannibalistic tribes that roamed the desolate corners of the desert. Could these be the men the whispers spoke of? He didn't dare wait to find out. Tom turned and ran, the image of Tasco's charred corpse seared into his memory. Days and nights blurred together as Tom stumbled through the desert, fueled by fear and adrenaline. He had long since given up any hope of finding food or water. His throat was like sandpaper, his lips cracked and bleeding. He was a walking skeleton, held together by sheer willpower. One evening, as the sun began its final ascent, he stumbled upon a dirt road, a thin ribbon of hope cutting through the barren landscape. He collapsed by the side of the road, his body spent. He closed his eyes, ready to surrender to the inevitable. The sound of a car engine sputtering to life roused Tom. He looked up to find a small truck stopped before him. The driver, a grizzled old man with a face like a weathered saddlebag, looked at him curiously. Tom, too weak to speak, could only manage a weak nod. The old man helped Tom into the truck, his touch surprisingly gentle. He offered Tom water, a precious commodity in this harsh land. As Tom drank greedily, the old man spoke in broken English, his words a mixture of Spanish and something else, a language Tom didn't recognize. The old man drove through the night, the truck bumping along the rough road. Tom, exhausted but grateful, drifted in and out of sleep. He caught snippets of the old man talking to himself, muttering about evil spirits and old debts. Tom wasn't sure what to think. As dawn broke, the old man stopped the truck at a deserted crossroads. He pointed to a road that disappeared into the horizon. The border, he rasped. Tom's heart leaped. Could this be it? Was freedom within his grasp? He thanked the old man, his voice shaky. As he turned to leave, he noticed something strange. The old man extended his hand, his palm open. In it lay a single, tarnished silver coin. Tom stared at the coin, a chill running down his spine. He had seen this coin before. He'd seen it in Tasco's hand the night they escaped. Tom looked up, but the old man was gone. The truck was gone. He was alone, standing on the edge of freedom, haunted by unanswered questions. Who was the old man? How did he have Tasco's coin? And most importantly, what price had Tom unknowingly paid for his freedom? The wind howled across the desert, carrying with it the whispers of secrets best left buried. Tom turned towards the border, the weight of his choices heavy on his shoulders, and took his first step into the unknown. Had Tom escaped the clutches of the desert only to fall prey to something far more sinister? What became of him? The answers, like the desert itself, remained shrouded in mystery.